Our sales are up 8 times, and we're turning inventory an average of 12 to 14 times a year, which wouldn't be possible without our NEXTCEAR capital floor plan.
This is Automotive Industry News.
I'm Eve Rojas, and welcome to an artistic edition of Automotive Industry News. Our top stories: a young street artist creates a perfectly imperfect Lamborghini, and the art of creating some of the movie's most famous car stunts is illustrated by the Genesis G70. At just 19 years old, Skylar Grey is already an acclaimed artist. His pop style has been compared to Andy Warhol and other art icons, and he is the youngest artist to have his work exhibited in museums and international art fairs. So when Lamborghini wanted to create a unique example of its Aventador supercar for the recent Monterey Motor Week, it asked Grey to do the artwork.
My artwork is built off of the imperfections and showing the beauty within what is imperfect. Lamborghini is a company that thrives off of perfection. So when making this car, we had to come up with a piece of art that was perfectly imperfect. I feel like when you look at this car, this is Skylar Grey, and this is Lamborghini, all in one.
We'll be back with more in just a moment.
Ever since NEXTCEAR has been offering flooring the transportation costs, it's been extremely beneficial. Before even having that option on there, I used to just pay out of pocket for transportation costs, and it added up. That NEXTCEAR pretty much allows me to use that cash flow for other things that are needed.
The art of making movies is complex, involving everything from lighting, sound, camera angles, and all sorts of technology to the performances themselves. The art of making movie stunts adds another level of complexity and the element of danger to the mix. Genesis decided to recreate 3 iconic movie car stunts in a series of YouTube videos called The Art of the Stunt. The videos follow an epic high-speed car chase through city streets and highways featuring the high-performance Genesis G70. The people behind those stunts, the director, stunt coordinator, and of course the drivers, offer us a little inside peek at the planning, teamwork, timing, skill, and guts it takes to make the magic happen on the screen. Take a look.
So for this little piece of business, we're calling it threading the needle. This car is going to drift through the opening behind me. There'll be a truck eventually working into the gag, and we'll eventually close the gap too much for the second car to drift through, and he'll have to drive right through the little opening. And he's watching, so he's just kind of creeping into that. And I'm giving him.
If he never gets
past
the white line.
Right. He's got a hard mark. If he gets through too quick, he'll never cross. Okay. He's got one for you, and he's got one for Rich.
Okay.
So this is kind of a midpoint in our chase.
Sometimes doing stunts is definitely nerve-wracking. Once you hear action, you're the guy that can either make it a successful morning or a complete waste of everybody's time on set. I try to let the nerves hyper-focus me on what is about to happen rather than make it a debilitating thing, but that can be a tricky balance.
Our lead car is going to spin a forward 180 and then go backwards up the up ramp here. It leads into another stunt where we do a reverse 180 under the semi.
We are about to go.
Ready, and 3, 2, 1, action.
The most difficult part about stunt driving is when there is a visual or feeling or vibe that the story needs to tell or the director is trying to get across. New cars, they're designed to be safe and drive straight, and a lot of times a director or a story wants the car to, do a 180 under a semi-truck, and everything about the car is helping you never do that. We've disabled wheel speed sensors and things like that so the car doesn't know exactly what's happening, so it can't activate the brakes to try to save itself.
I think we're going maximum we're going to get 3 takes on this, so I want to get as many cameras inside as we can.
Hopefully a little bit of a behind the scenes look lets you know that there is a lot that goes into making these stunts. Even if they last 3 seconds on screen, there could be 3 days devoted to making that stunt look cool. There's always a stunt driver involved, there's always some danger involved, but through a little bit of movie magic sometimes, through some guts of some stunt drivers and some cool cars, hopefully you get some stuff that you think's cool to watch.
Automotive industry news will continue after this.
Ever since NEXTCEAR has been offering flooring the transportation costs, it's been extremely beneficial. Before even having that option on there, I used to just pay out of pocket for transportation costs, and it added up. That NEXTCEAR pretty much allows me to use that cash flow for other things that are needed.
Buy here, pay here is a demanding, complicated business that requires multiple skills and the touch of an artist. There is, after all, an art to selling cars, while operating a finance company and keeping your customers happy and paying all at the same time. You can master that art with the help of 2 NIADA's training programs coming up soon. The first is the BHPH Boot Camp's military-grade training to put your operation back on the front lines. NIADA Dealer 20 Group's moderator, David Brotherton, will conduct the next session, March 17th through 19th in Atlanta, offering full-day workshops in 3 critical areas of your BHPH dealership: sales, management, and collections.
This is David Brotherton from NIADA, and I want to talk to you today about training. Now, one of your New Year's resolutions for your business should have been to reinvest in your people and provide the training they need to excel. Good people are hard to find and even harder to retain, and today's generation of new hires wants to see that you're investing in their development. For the Buy Here, Pay Here industry, the best move is to take advantage of the NIADA Buy Here, Pay Here boot camps. I will be in Atlanta, Georgia on March 17th through the 19th, 2020, and will be bringing an intense combination of both the new and the tried and true for your team to get the most out of the experience. Day 1 is sales. We will cover everything from communication, appointment setting, and prospecting. We will also have a special section dedicated to social media. This isn't one to be missed. Day 2 will focus on management and is perfect for existing managers as well as people you are grooming for new opportunities. Here we focus on how all the pieces of Buy Here, Pay Here work together to create a cohesive model. We will look at break-even analysis, advertising allocation, hiring, HR, production management, pay plan building, and much more. And day 3 is the crown jewel, collections. Here we take a aggressively compliant approach to relationship building and maintenance, collection strategies, collateral recovery techniques, as well as legal concerns. Be sure to save these dates and plan on sending your team. Register now, and I look forward to seeing you there.
A week later, March 24th and 25th, David will hold his BHPH accounting training class in Sarasota, Florida, addressing perhaps the most challenging part of running a Buy Here, Pay Here operation, and arguably the most important. The in-depth course goes beyond the basics and answers the questions dealers and their controllers and managers are asking most. Become a Buy Here, Pay Here artist by registering for NIADA's BHPH boot camps or BHPH accounting training at NIADAeducation.com. That's all for this edition of Automotive Industry News. Thanks for watching. I'm Eve Rojas.